guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2023 Ford F-150 XLT.
And a huge thanks to Zach and the rest of the management and staff here at Ford of Port Richey for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Zach.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the F-150 was introduced between the F-100 and F-250 back in 1975 for the 6th generation of the Ford F-Series pickups in order to avoid emissions restrictions. By 2021, the 8th generation F-150 on the 14th generation F-Series pickup platform was released. Not much has changed since 2021, but for 2023, there is an all-new off-road oriented Rattler trim. You might be wondering, isn't there already a Tremor and Raptor, which are both off-road oriented? Yes, but the Tremor has a base price around $63K, the Raptor is over $70K, while the new Rattler trim is going to start around $46K. Speaking of Tremor, the Tremor is now also available with a 5-liter V8. The 3.5-liter EcoBoost, of course, is a lot more powerful, but the 5.0 just sounds a whole lot beefier, especially for an off-road oriented truck. The Lariat is also now crew cab only, and a new Heritage package is exclusive now to the XLT. The XLT is available in single, super, and crew cab with either a 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost, which cranks out 325 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque. You can get around 20 in the city, MPGs, 26 on the highway, with a 10,100 pound towing rating. You can upgrade to the 5-liter V8, which cranks out 400 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque. Sounds incredible. You can get around 17 city, 24 highway MPGs. You'll drop down to around 1622 if you go with 4x4 and a towing rating of around 13,000 pounds. You can upgrade top of the line to the 3.5-liter V6 EcoBoost, which cranks out 400 horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque. Gets about the same fuel economy as the 5.0, but can tow about 1,000 pounds more. The top of the line power plant is the Power Boost, which cranks out a little more horsepower than the regular EcoBoost. It's the fastest trim level or power plant for the F-150, but here we have the 3.5-liter EcoBoost Crew Cab XLT with the base price around $52,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice your flickering LED daytime running lights, full LEDs for the high and low beam, daytime running strip surrounding the fog lights, which is also LED. Full front parking sensing, forward-facing camera beneath the Ford badge, blacked out grille, beautiful gray metallic paint color. Hopefully I can pick up that metallic for you guys on camera. The metallic continues behind the glass for the headlight housing too. Very premium look. Front tow hooks, solid airflow for this 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. We also get a 75th anniversary badge up top of the windshield. Hopefully I can pick it up for you guys on camera. I'll stretch my way up over there. The wheel and tire setup, we get the FX4 off-road package, which gives these beefy 20-inch rims with a 6-piece lug pattern wrapped in Hankook Dynapro AT2 all-terrain tires, the dimensions being 275/60 R20. Continuing along, we have a running board, which is appreciated for a pretty large truck, especially with the off-road package. F-150 XLT badge with a functional heat extractor, zone light, LED turn signal on the mirror. LED turn signal also says Ford right up top. Pretty cool attention to detail. The glass fills up the entire frame, massive glass, blind spot monitoring on it. Blacked out window trim with some body color up top, blacked out B-pillar, keypad if you want to leave your keys in the truck. Smart access for the driver and the front passenger. We mentioned the running board continuing for both of the doors. The gas cap, it's not push to open, but you don't have to push any buttons or latches inside. Easy fill. I'd recommend 93 octane fuel, of course, or premium fuel if you don't have 93 because of this high output 3.5-liter EcoBoost. The rear wheel and tire setup, same thing as up front. Smaller brake calipers, the only difference. You guys can take a look at the suspension setup, leaf springs, dampers, and we got the spare tire right back there. Continuing along, FX4 off-road package. The taillights are not LED. We have halogen taillights with an LED reverse light. F-150 etched underneath the Ford. Backup camera with an additional zone light. And we get a zone light as part of the third brake light to illuminate what's going on in the bed. Continuing along, harnesses and electrical for the tow hitch. I'll leave a link right here what this truck is rated to tow. The max tow rating for the EcoBoost is 14,000 pounds, about 13,000 with the 5.0. Backup sensors, parking sensors. We can drop this tailgate right down. There's a button inside to drop it too. It drops hydraulically, not electrically. It doesn't lift back up. There's no floor liner or bed liner yet. We do get the 400-watt AC adapter, 120 volt. Back here, LED lights and tie downs in all four corners. Perfect for kayaks, ATVs, whatnot. That's about it though. We'll take a squat back here, get a good look at the exhaust tip. And speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 3.5 liter twin turbo EcoBoost V6 and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 3.5 liter twin turbo EcoBoost V6 sold by Ford for the 2023 F-150 XLT. And it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it makes a ton of power at 400 horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this 4x4, about 5,200 pound truck to 60 in the low 5-second range. That's really impressive for the segment this vehicle is in. Pretty decent on gas too, we can average about 17, 18 mpgs. EPA estimates it at 19, but I think it'll be closer to 17, 18 if you're lucky. What you see is basically what we get. I appreciate the hydraulic struts, Ford etched on the upper part of the hood area. What you see is basically what we get. Shut this thing right up, take one more step back, get a good look at the aggressive front styling. As far as the features and the interior, let's take a step inside and see what we got going on in this 2023 XLT. So up top, we got the soft stitched material, nice area to rest your arm, gushy soft for the armrest itself. We get dual pane windows on the XLT, auto one touch up front, power windows out rear, 4-way adjustable mirrors, lock and unlock, and some nice faux carbon trim right outside. 2 tiers of storage, massive storage down below. You'll stack up 2 footlongs, probably fit another footlong and a 12 ounce with a 16 ounce right next to it. Speaker, we don't get the Bang & Olufsen sound system on this XLT. It is available as an option. Nice grain material right outside the window controls. The seats are cloth but very comfortable, solid bolstering even for a cloth seat. Fully adjustable. You can adjust the lumbar, recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats. Taking a step inside, it's easier because we get these running boards. We didn't get the running boards on the 2023 XL we reviewed in this channel. Also a grab handle to help yourself even more. And taking a step inside, we can shut this door, fire everything right up, foot on the brake, engine start stop, boom. See, built Ford tough, your massive touchscreen fires right to life with your 75th anniversary badge too. But starting off, the steering wheel, leather wrapped contrast stitching, 9-3 feels good. Not the most 10-2 bolstering notch, but more than you would get from a Ram, more than you get from a Chevy truck, because those trucks don't get any bolstering notch. 3 spokes down below, faux wood trim for the center spoke. The horn area is rubberized with the Ford badge. The horn itself, very aggressive sounding horn. People should definitely be getting out of your way. On the left side, volume, voice commands, and cruise control settings, lane keep assist too. On the right side, you can skip your song, answer and hang up your phone calls, and adjust the infotainment cluster. Speaking of infotainment cluster, it can be adjusted with these buttons. Right now we're looking at My View, trip fuel, truck info, towing, navigation. We get navigation, of course, in this truck with a compass if you're not currently using the turn-by-turn. Also, we get phone, audio settings, and right back to where we started. My favorite screen to look at all times would be trip and fuel economy. And here we can see our average MPGs and our current MPGs. Pretty cool screen to look at all time. Digital speedo beneath that. Tach goes to about 6,250 RPM. Speedometer goes to 120. The dashboard, hard plastic, but it gets that same grain material as the upper part of the door panel. I'd rather have the soft touch on the door panel than the soft touch on the dashboard. Thumbs up to Ford for that. More of that carbon flash trim surrounding the air vents. Zone lights for the mirrors and the bed. Auto headlamps, fog lights, and auto rain sensing wipers. Really appreciated feature for an XLT. Press this button twice and the tailgate drops. Electronic parking brake, hopefully you can get a good look at your pedals. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel. You press this button for the Pro Trailer Assist and it asks you if the trailer is connected and gives you access to the backup camera. Turn this right off. Here we have the trailer reverse, which can help you reverse your trailer if you're a novice, aren't used to backing up trailers into parking spots or whatnot. The assist is right there. Trailer brake controller too, 4x4, and we have a locking rear differential. We'll start the review off in 2 high, but with all this power, in order to do an acceleration off the line with no wheel spin, we'll probably try it out at least once in 4 high. And right here is the drive mode selector too. We're currently in normal. We have tow haul, eco, and sport. The other modes include slippery, deep snow and sand, mud, rut, and rock crawl. All they change up your little gauge display a little bit. We'll start off in normal mode, transition into sport, and just see what the differences are. The touchscreen, absolutely massive. We get the 12-inch horizontal screen. I prefer this over the 12-inch screen you get from the Ram. We got navigation, audio, phone, favorites, apps, and settings, plus all the features that are included too. We'll check out the navigation screen. The response is perfect, just like an iPhone. We have our pitch and roll off-road settings to the right. We also get a bed camera. I mentioned this was zone light, but it's actually a bed camera, and it can also, I guess, function as a camera mirror, but we don't get the camera mirror equipped on this truck. But I guess with the bed camera, it's pretty easy to do the integration, but it's still nice to be able to see at all times everything that's in your bed. Press this button one more time, and we have Sirius XM, phone, trip 1, fuel economy, eco behavior, off-road, which is right back where we started. Press this button, and now we have a huge toggle for everything that's available. Really cool and configurable screen. The touchscreen, excellent. Press this X button and it returns us right back where we were. My personal favorite to look at would probably be the off-road information, so we'll leave it there. Overall, really impressive screen. You can see all the apps that we have available: Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, audio, phone, nav, and right back to where we started. The map is probably my personal favorite to look at all times, so we'll leave it there. Some metallic for this carbon flash trim in the interior. Shortcuts if you don't want to go through the touchscreen, volume and tune controls, skip and pause down below. We get heated seats too on this XLT. No ventilated seats, wouldn't be expected, but the heated seats are appreciated. You got to pay for it though, it's not a standard feature. Dual zone automatic climate control, 12 volt, good spot for radar detector, and a 120 volt 400 watt AC adapter, perfect for charging up your computer if you're at a work site. We don't have the portable workbench, but the gear selector does hide away with the click of a button. The gear selector controls a 10-speed automatic transmission. If you put it into drive in 1 second, there we go. Now you see 1 through 10 for the gear indicator on the gauge display. So throwing it back into park, we get a USB-A and USB-C port down below. No wireless charging pad, but massive storage. Little slot for a phone. You may be able to fit 2 in there. 2 cup holders. You'll fit 20-ounce bottles with no problem, with pushy things to keep your drinks in place. Pass through, also a good spot for a phone. Mention the gear selector for the 10-speed automatic transmission. The backup camera, excellent resolution, and we get a full 360. Different camera views too. We have an over-the-top reverse only view with a front and rear parking sensing screen. Check out a wider view for the rear view. Over-the-top in-bed view. Not quite sure what this would be for. Maybe it's a front-facing camera or camera intended for trailer only. Sorry guys. Trailer. This too for a trailer. You press this button too. And we have a side blind zone view, so even if you have a trailer, it'll help you park it, or if you are parking close to the curb and you're a new driver, you don't want to scrape up your rims, you can see what's going on for the front and rear, so you don't scrape up your F-150's nice FX4 off-road package, gunmetal gray rims. Press this X button, it returns us right back after we put it into park, and we return right back to the map. Very soft leather padding for the armrest, contrast stitching too. The storage space, check it out 1 second. The little tray itself is more spacious than my Camaro storage. You'll stack up probably 6, maybe 8 phones on top of each other, Pro Max phones with a coin slot right next to it too. Perfect for business cards. You'll fit like 3 or 4 bowling balls in this massive storage compartment. You'll fit a 12-pack of 2-liter bottles of soda. Truly one of the largest consoles in the business. We put this tray right back where we found it. Shut this console right up. The glove box, we have 2 of them. The first tier is not the largest. You'll fit a pair of shoes in there, but I wouldn't expect you to fit a whole lot more. The bottom tier, after we close the top tier, is loaded with crap. It's not damped or lined with felt, and it's probably not deep enough to fit any license plates, but you'll probably fit 2 pairs of shoes. It's very long for the console. Decent amount of space. The mirror, rear view mirror, is not frameless. It is auto dimming though. That's a nice feature. The XL we reviewed did not have an auto dimming rear view mirror. Interior lights are LED. Sunglass holder. Rear visor has a mirror with no light. Kind of odd, the XL also didn't have a light for the mirror. There's nothing up top, nothing at all. So if you're gonna be looking at yourself in the mirror in this visor, make sure you do it during the day, because at night you're not gonna see anything. That's about it though for the front seat, guys. We can take a quick look at the window sticker for this 2023 F-150 XLT 4x4 Super Crew, the 3.5 liter V6 EcoBoost. You can pause, take a look at all the standard features up top. We get the equipment group 302A for $6,000 for the XLT series, including electronic auto temp control, Sync 4 with enhanced voice recognition, LED side mirror spotlights, and remote start. For $2,735, we get a 3.5 liter EcoBoost, which is a powerhouse $470 for the 355 electronic locking rear axle, $750 for the Ford Copilot 360 Assist 2.0, $50 credit for the auto start stop removal. And I appreciate that credit because I would pay to get that removed. This is so annoying in my opinion. $1325 for the trailer tow package, including the trailer brake controller and the trailer tow mirrors too. The FX4 off-road package is about $1,100. That includes skid plates too and more aggressive tires and suspension. For $215, partition lockable storage, $1495 for the 20-inch 6-spoke dark alloy wheels, extended range 36-gallon fuel tank for $445, $765 for the 360 camera, and $465 for the XLT Sport Appearance package. After $15,665 in total options and a $1,795 destination charge and a credit for the XLT High Chrome or Sport package and $250 for the XLT/Lariat Copilot Assist credit. So $2,250 in total savings totals us out a tick over $65,000. Fuel economy, as we mentioned, 19 combined. I don't think that's a very realistic estimate. You're more likely to get 17 combined, 18 if you're lucky, but still decent on gas, especially considering this is a pretty heavy truck that can do 0 to 60 around like 5 seconds. That's about it for the front seat, guys. Let's check out the back seat real quick, see how much space is offered back there, quality of the materials, and then take this truck out for a drive. Out rear, no smart access. The smart access is only up front. Up top though, we still get that super soft contrast stitched trim, gushy soft armrest. This is how you open and close the doors. Power windows, 2 cup holders on the door panel. This top cup holder will fit a 16, maybe 20 ounce water bottle. So will the bottom one. You'll fit a foot long, maybe stack 2 on top of each other, maybe fit one on this side too. You're not fitting a foot long here because it's just not wide enough, but you'll get a ton of candy bars, ton of snacks and car accessories. Taking a step inside, massive legroom, just like with all full-size trucks. The rear seats, not very well bolstered, but not a big deal for a rear seat. We got the split level partition. You can't tell because of that seat currently being down, but if it was up, you can open this up completely and it exposes a little bit additional storage. Or you can close it up, maybe lay a sleeping bag down here, so in an emergency situation, you can sleep in the back of your Ford F-150 XLT. We can drop these seats right back down. Taking a step inside, we get the running board, which makes things easier. Same with the grab handle. Pulling ourselves in. Legroom, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall and I got a ton of space. Over a foot of legroom, unlimited room for my feet. Headroom, I have at least 3-4 inches of it. The seats don't recline, unfortunately. If they did recline, I could only imagine how comfortable it'll be back here. But overall, it's impressive. The interior lights back here are LED. No center cubby, unfortunately, but that's really about it. It's an impressive back seat. Mat pockets behind the driver's seat. Mat pockets behind the passenger too. Air vents, we get a 12 volt AC adapter, 400 watt and a 120 volt. Right next to it, we get USB-A and USB-C port. But that's about it, guys, for the inside and outside of the 2023 Ford F-150 XLT. It is a beautiful truck. We're in a parking lot we shouldn't be in. We'll wrap things up really quick and then I'll talk to the officers, see what I did wrong. And in the meantime, we'll take this 2023 F-150 XLT out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2023 Ford F-150 XLT. The parking brake is on for some reason. There we go. XLT, pretty much a loaded XLT with a 3.5 liter EcoBoost. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I noticed, the steering feels really good. The throttle feels responsive. We'll see how the ride quality is because we got those massive craters over here, which most vehicles on this channel haven't done too good of a job driving over, but this beast of a truck with the off-road package handles it with absolutely no problem. The Bronco Sport felt okay over those bumps, but the Mach-E didn't feel all that great. We'll start off in 2-wheel drive in normal mode. The brakes don't feel amazing either. The Ram brakes feel better. Even the Chevy and GMC brakes feel a little bit better. We'll take a step out here. We're not gonna try one out off the line, but rolling start on the gas. Ooh. Oh, yeah. This thing can get up and go. It is a monster of a power plant. We'll check out the handling right here. Pretty sharp twisty coming up. We'll throw it in way quicker than we should. Normal mode. The steering feels very light. Reminds me a little bit of a Ram. Doesn't have the sharpness that the GM trucks have, but it still feels pretty good. The ride quality is more comparable to a Ram than a GM truck. It's a very soft ride with very good handling, just not quite as precise as a GM truck, but the ride quality is much better. The sound isolation is also miles ahead. I think this might be even quieter than a Ram truck. You don't hear just about anything. The body roll, there's a little bit. The turning radius, it's decent, can't complain. It's not as good as like a Bronco, but for a truck, competitive with the segment. We'll try an acceleration out off the line as soon as we get the chance, and I'll catch right back with you. All right, guys, sport mode. We'll do a little bit of a brake boost, and let's go. Ooh. Wow. Traction control kicks in even in four-wheel drive. That's the level of power we're talking about. On the gas. Here, slight blow off. This thing is a monster. Guys, I apologize. Apparently when I put it into sport, it turned into two-wheel drive. I was gonna say there's no chance this thing has enough power to roast the tires like that off the line. We'll try one out. This time make sure we're in four-wheel drive high. Quick little brake boost on the gas. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Yeah, no wheel spin this time. Yeah, that was a noticeable difference. Definitely a noticeable difference. We'll try a rolling start right now. Turn traction control off. We'll try another one off the line. Should be a good opportunity. Off the line, brake boost. On the gas. Oh my gosh. This thing is a beast of a truck. Absolute beast. Throw it back into two-wheel drive. It's nice to have the shift and the fly system too. I'm always a little bit skeptical with it, so I'm never shifting on the fly with my foot on the gas. I do it while it rolls. I guess in a perfect world, it should be in neutral. I don't know how it works, but I never keep my foot on the gas when I do the shift on the fly. But the shift on the fly is still an awesome feature for a 4x4 truck. Our traction control is still off. We'll definitely turn that on now that we're in two-wheel drive. We'll take a step out into this multiple lane highway. Try one out a little bit more. We'll push it a little bit further. Right here. Get situated. And on the gas. The traction control was kicking in that entire time, limiting us from building power. This thing is just such a monster. You can argue that there's just too much power here for a two-wheel drive truck. Like for instance, the Ram TRX, probably the most powerful truck before the Raptor R got released, can only be put in four-wheel drive. You can't use the Ram TRX in two-wheel drive. Even if you tried to use the Ram TRX in two-wheel drive, you would never put the power down. We're approaching that level of power here. No, we're not making 700 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque, but the Ram TRX also weighs a good 1,000 pounds more than this, which helps plant those wheels to the ground a little bit more. Here, it spins the tires pretty heavily off the line. It could spin the tires in second gear going 25, 30. So I would like to see a full-time all-wheel drive system with a power plant this powerful. But at the end of the day, for daily driving, you're not going to be gunning the gas pedal. You'll be modulating the throttle realistically. So it should keep the wheel spin to a minimum. But off the line, I'm telling you, you step on the gas a little bit too hard, this thing is going to roast them. And on the highway, just light throttle. It takes basically zero gas pedal to keep up with traffic. Throwing it in right here way quicker than we should. Oh, we got to use way more steering. Oh my gosh. The steering is a little bit long in this truck. I mean, it is a truck. It's not a sports car. If you want it to be sporty, buy a sports car. But it still feels good. I think the sportiest feeling trucks are the GM trucks. I think the most luxurious feeling trucks are the Ram trucks. But this has a happy medium between the two. These are without a question the fastest trucks. This 3.5 EcoBoost is absolutely blowing the doors off of any truck in the segment, unless we're talking about one that has a supercharger. One time though, we'll turn traction control off, try a rolling start acceleration. We're gonna be going about 20 when we start. So from 20 miles an hour, on the gas. Oh yeah. It roasted them a little bit, but it put the power down pretty well. It's just so impressive how well this truck can pull. And we're holding our gear. Well, we're still in sport mode. Yeah, the steering's a lot better in sport. Noticeably better. We don't get any manual shifts on the steering wheel, no paddle shifters, but we do get manual shifts on the gear selector. I think you try a second or third gear pull.
when we turn around right here. Speed bump. Feel it a little bit, but it's absurdly composed. Absurdly composed. You almost forget that this thing has a solid rear axle in the back. Almost forget. You don't quite forget. But all right, guys, we'll try out a second gear pull. First gear. Second gear. Okay, on the gas. Woo! Yep, get a little wheel spin, brakes all through the steering. Let's go. What a monster, guys. Overall, you're looking for a spacious, full-size truck. You need the space. You want to be able to tow over 10,000 pounds, and you would like to do 0 to 60 under 6 seconds, under 5.5 seconds. This is the way to go. No, not everybody needs a Ram TRX, but some people like to do 0 to 60 quicker than 6.5 seconds, like a Ram truck or a Chevy truck with a 5.3. This is quicker than a Chevy truck with a 6.2. Third gear pull. Oh, it's just so powerful. It's a monster. Overall, you're looking for an affordable truck under 60,000 bucks, loader of features, fantastic tech, decent sound system, and a powerhouse of an engine. The 2023 F-150 XLT with a 3.5 liter EcoBoost is a great truck, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. And big thanks to Zach at Ford of Port Richey for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Zach, and huge thanks to all of you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you guys, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.